There's a way to lose $600 without spending a single dollar. No crash, no scam, no bad investment. You just let it happen. And right now, millions of people are doing it, smiling, feeling responsible, thinking they're safe. I'm going to prove it to you with a simple experiment. 4 people, 4 envelopes, the same $1,000 in each. Same age, same income, same starting line. 30 years from now, one of them is nearly broke in real terms. One barely survives, and one turns that same $1,000 into an amount that's going to feel like a typo. The wild part? The person who, quote, played it safest loses the most. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know exactly which of the 4 you're being right now. Meet Alex. Alex doesn't trust investing. Every time the market dips, the news screams about billions vanishing overnight. So Alex makes a choice that feels bulletproof. He folds his $1,000, slides it into an envelope, and drops it in a drawer. No risk, no stress, he tells himself. And for years, every time he opens that drawer, it's all still there, 100% untouched. It feels like a win. But while Alex guards that envelope, something is quietly robbing it. Gas gets more expensive, rent climbs, groceries creep up. The same $1,000 that used to fill a cart now barely fills a few bags. Alex never lost a dollar on paper. He lost something worse. He lost what those dollars could buy. That's inflation. The thief that never breaks in because you hand it the money yourself. You won't feel it in a week or even a year, but over 30 years, it's devastating. And here's the twist most people never see coming. The next person actually earns interest from the bank and still ends up poorer. Meet Sarah. Sarah's smarter than the drawer. She puts her $1,000 into a savings account, and every year the bank pays her a little interest. She checks the balance now and then, watches it tick upward, and thinks, it's not much, but at least my money's making money. Sounds responsible, feels responsible. Let's say she earns about 1% a year. After 30 years, her $1,000 becomes roughly $1,350. On the surface, a win, no risk, and $350 for doing nothing. But watch what happens next to it. While her money grew slowly, everything around her grew faster. Cars, homes, tuition, healthcare, that same grocery trip. At around 3% inflation a year, prices more than double in 3 decades, which means Sarah's $1,350 buys less than her original $1,000 did the day she deposited it. She made money and still got poorer. Here's the trap almost everyone falls into. They open the banking app, they see a bigger number than last year, and they feel richer. But wealth was never about how many dollars you have. It's about what those dollars can buy. Miss that difference and you can spend your whole life winning while quietly falling behind. So if hiding cash loses and saving barely survives, what happens when someone finally gives that same $1,000 permission to grow? The answer is the reason ordinary people build quiet fortunes while everyone else runs in place. Meet James. Same $1,000. Nothing special about him. Not a finance expert, doesn't study charts, can't name the next hot stock. He just puts his money into a low-cost index fund, one that owns tiny slices of hundreds of real businesses. Then he does the hardest thing in finance. He leaves it alone. Because here's what James understood. He's not buying numbers on a screen. He owns tiny pieces of the companies building your world. The ones making your phone, building homes, making medicine, delivering packages, writing the software you'll use tomorrow. While Alex's cash sits and Sarah's savings crawl, James's money clocks in every single morning. It works while he sleeps, works while he's on vacation, works on his birthday. Historically, the US market has returned about 10% a year on average over the long run. Some years soar, some years hurt, but over decades, something almost magical takes over. His money earns returns, then those returns earn returns, then those returns earn returns of their own. That's compounding. Money making money that then makes even more money. So after 30 years, James checks his account. That original $1,000, roughly $17,000. He never added another dollar, never traded, never chased, never panicked. He gave his money the 2 things almost no one gives it: time and patience. Now, you're probably thinking the lesson is obvious, just invest. But there's a mistake even more common than never investing. Millions make it every year and it steals thousands from their future without a sound. Meet Emily. Emily wants to invest. She knows she should, but she keeps repeating 4 words. I'll start next year. The market climbs, too expensive right now. She waits. The market dips, what if it drops more? She waits. 1 year year becomes 2. 2 becomes 5. Eventually, she finally invests her $1,000. But by then, the one thing she can never buy back is already gone: time. Because compounding doesn't reward the smartest investor. It rewards the earliest one. Every year on the sidelines is a year your money never gets back. You can't rewind the clock. Those missing years don't return, which is why waiting for the perfect moment is usually the most expensive decision a person ever makes. The market doesn't have to be perfect. Your timing doesn't have to be perfect. Your money just needs time. Look at all four again. Same $1,000, same 30 years. Alex hid it in cash and inflation ate it alive. Sarah saved it and quietly went backwards. James invested and waited and turned $1,000 into $17,000. Emily hesitated and paid for it in years she'll never get back. The difference wasn't intelligence. It wasn't income. It wasn't luck. It was one decision: whether their money spent 30 years sitting still or working. And here's the part I need you to actually hear. You don't need thousands to begin. You don't need to pick the next winning company. You don't need the perfect moment. That moment isn't coming. For most people, the hardest part was never investing. It's just starting. The lesson of this experiment was never $1,000 can become $17,000. It's that doing nothing has a price you barely notice because it's charged so slowly, day by day, year by year, until you look back and realize the most expensive move you ever made wasn't a bad investment. It was never giving your money the chance to grow at all. So if this changed the way you see money, drop one word in the comments: invest. That's how I'll know it clicked. And if you want more finance videos that explain how money actually works, no jargon, no confusion, hit subscribe so the next one finds you. Because remember where we started: 4 people, 4 envelopes, the exact same $1,000. The only thing that separated the broke one from the wealthy one was what they decided to do the day the money landed in their hands. So let me leave you with the only question that matters. If someone handed you an extra $1,000 today, a year from now, would it still be sitting in a drawer, or would it already be working for the person you're trying to become? The clock's already running. Start it working.